who was a big-time drug dealer, now is a seminary professor. You know, being an inner city pastor has its own challenges, I'm sure. But being able to tell people in the inner city what it was like on one side, and then for the saving grace and knowledge to be personified in his life on the other side, you know, that's amazing. So the opportunity to hear testimonies like these, and we hear thousands of them, as Gideons, that gives me hope. That gives me a reason to come and speak and represent the Gideons. I appreciate this church being supportive of the Gideons over the years. You have always been so kind to us. I just want to come back and give a little bit of a report this morning of what's happening. Bring you some good news, because sometimes we watch TV, as I always say, and there's not much good news there. So this morning, from the good news of Jesus Christ, in the end, we've read Revelation, and he wins. So that's sort of what this testimony is about this morning. You'll find out that the Gideons International are simply just an interdenominational association of business and professional men who are simply an outreach of the local church with one goal, and that's to spread the good news of Jesus Christ. Now, we're sometimes known for passing out hotel Bibles or maybe Bibles in schools, but our real agenda is just to pass on the good news of Jesus Christ, the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. So we get an opportunity to pass this out in a lot of different ways, but they go back, the Gideons themselves go back to 1898. We started in Boscobel, Wisconsin, when two traveling businessmen came to the same hotel room and found out that there was only one room, and there were two of them, and they had to share a room. In 1898, you didn't get in your car and drive to the next hotel, I guess, since there were no cars. So they decided to share a room, and that night before they went to bed, they had a Bible study together, and that Bible study became the Gideons International. That was in 1898, a little over 100 years ago. In 1904, we did probably the smartest thing we've ever done. If you heard your Sunday school lesson this morning, we invited the ladies to come on board with us. They became the auxiliary. So now we work in tandem with them. Currently, we have about 196,000 Gideons and over 105,000 auxiliary members. So we call this 300,000 boots on the ground, ready to pass out Bibles, to work with the local church to do that. The first year we actually had a distribution was in 1908. From a suggestion from a small church, they said, well, while you guys are traveling and in your hotel rooms and motel rooms, why don't you leave behind some Bibles? So upon a suggestion of a church, that year, 1908, our first distribution, we passed out 1,000 copies of God's Word. Last year, we also passed out 1,000 copies, on the average of every 7 minutes all year long. That first year, 1908, we passed out 1,000 copies of God's Word in the United States in English. Last year, we were passed out over 80 million Bibles in 193 different countries in 94 different languages. God provides. The good news of Jesus Christ goes out, and we love to quote verses from the beginning. We love to quote verses like Isaiah 55:11 says, when my word goes out, it shall not return void. So we have the opportunity to witness, pass out the Bibles. We changed a few things that first year of our distribution in 1908, passing out 1,000 to now 1,000 every 7 minutes. We've changed the way we do our distribution. We have a home office now. We have a lot of things that we've changed since then, but a few things we've not changed. Hebrews 13:8 is one I can think of, right? We've never changed this part, because Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. See, in the book of Jude, in verse 3, it says, this was once for all given to the saints. It's finished. There's nothing the Gideons need to change this, nor do you need to change this, because it's complete. It's given to saints, and it goes out, and God uses it as it goes out. We're able to pass it out, as you've seen in the jail ministries. We pass them out in hotels. You've certainly seen that. We pass them out in our auxiliary come on board with us and pass them out in hospitals to all the nurses, doctors' offices, lawyers' office. We pass them out as Memorial Day is given. We pass them out to all of our military. We pass them out to our police, sometimes to our fire departments. We pass them out at local events such as the county fairs. We pass them out in schools, as you've heard Brother Chris say. We also give them to the 5th grade. We make them available on college campuses. We do sidewalk distributions in college campuses. Let me give you a good update for college campuses, too. In college campuses today, it's amazing at the last 10 or 15 years at the reception of college students will take a Bible. A lot of times, 10, 15, 20 years ago, the college students would walk by. They knew what it was, and they were sort of indifferent and didn't want one. Today, it's sad, but some of those college students really don't understand what it's about, and they'll take one. And they're actually more open to witnessing now. That's sort of sad in America, but it's true. It's in a way it's good, in a way it's sad, but they really don't know what it's about. So we got questions about religion. So we're having more success passing out Bibles on our college campuses. We also sometimes will pass them out in, as you heard, in graduation, as in Yankton County and Bush received 189 this past Thursday. We appreciate Brother Chris and his efforts and the administration here in Yankton County to be able to pass those out. It's an honor. Sometimes we'll go into a city and do what we call a city blitz, or a sidewalk distribution, where we'll just get hundreds of Gideons and thousands of Testaments and go into a city like New York. Or this past summer we went into Charlotte and passed out thousands of copies. I think it was somewhere around 30,000 copies of God's Word. And just in sidewalk distribution and doing a witnessing. We call it a city blitz, as you'll see.
Drugs and